Now, shifting to sports. Now, for those who are not familiar, the NBA season has already started and they're already almost near to the midway mark. Typically, they hold a intermission of the NBA All-Star game, but it was reported at the start of the season that they will not, incorporate the All-Star game because of the situation with what the NBA has been dealing with, right? And but suddenly they shifted their tone with the discussion between the management as well as the NBA Players Union that they're going to hold an All-Star game. Now, obviously, what's the reasoning behind it? Obviously, the money it generates from from people watching the games, advertisements, all the hoopla that's surrounded with the All-Star game is going to generate millions and billions of dollars here. Now, obviously, one of the most popular, most powerful people or players in the NBA, named LeBron James, is stating that he's not so excited with regards to the of holding the All Star game here. Now, obviously, there are concerns here, but obviously, for himself at his age, he's trying to recuperate and trying to win another championship here. Now, whether that's a valid reason or not, it's his opinion, but does it make sense to hold a all-star game where you try to congregate as many people as possible in a particular venue? And for this year's all-star game, which is going to be held at Atlanta here, and obviously Atlanta has a high number of cases there, so it's going to be tricky. How are they going to implement this? Let's see here. There you go. So as mentioned, uh, the All-Star game is supposed to be a break for many players here, but obviously, according to LeBron James, he's stating that it's kind of a slap of the face because of the shift or all of a sudden change of uh, agreement between what was discussed earlier. Now, obviously, James is also stating of obvious health reasons, health concerns. Obviously, the spread of the virus, and if we were to look at it, the NFL season or the National Football League just concluded, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the championship. So congratulations to Tom Brady. Anyway, so Tampa Bay was, or the state of Florida was able to hold the championship there, and they were able to successfully roll up the season all the way to the championship. And there were problems, but not to the point that they had to shut down the entire league here. Now, can the NBA replicate this success? Obviously, from last year, the NBA was able to create the bubble, but obviously, in this scenario, they cannot create a bubble in the entire United States or northern region here. So, obviously, the concerns of the health is another, and obviously, the restrictions of are you allowed to travel within the city and so forth and bring as many people as possible here. Now, again, at the end of the day, if the NBA union agrees to the NBA commissioner, whether to push through here, I guess the players have to follow suit. Now, obviously, you have to take in consideration the revenue that they're going to generate. They're still going to get paid regardless, and obviously the impact that they create in terms of bringing revenue to a particular city. Obviously, if you a lot of players, big name players are in the city, that creates business for local businesses as well here. Now, obviously, not many are excited, especially for veteran players, namely LeBron and other superstars like Kevin Durant, who else? James Harden, and so forth, right? And obviously, he is not too happy to hear about it, right? And obviously, the agreement between the players associated in the league then agreed at the start of the season, then changed their minds. Not necessarily change their mind, but they discuss it. I'm assuming, right? Because of the potential loss, revenue loss that they would incur, and I'm sure they felt it. When the season was halted mid last year. So question here is, will it push through? Again, at the end of the day, if they push through, they find a way. Obviously, the players have to suck it up, and they're still paid millions and millions of dollars. So how can you complain if you're getting paid for your what you're doing here in the first place here. But obviously, it's understandable that obviously there's fatigue that's setting in, and obviously LeBron James could always set it out if he prefers, so you can have load management, so to speak. I doubt it, but he's going to play either way, right? Because I think he's the lead vote getter for the West, right? And I think Durant is on the East side. So it's going to be interesting how they're going to implement, actually not implement, but with the new format in the All-Star game, right? I think you get to select the players, and again, I forgot, how was it concluded? I think there's change in the point system already. It's not typically that you play 4 quarters a certain minutes, and then whoever has more points at the end of the game wins the game. I forgot, but anyway, so it's going to be exciting. Will they be employing the typical All Star game for the rookies, as well as the 3-point shootout, as well as the NBA slam dunk event? So we have to wait and see.